Hello there, and welcome back to another On Tap. This time we'll be talking about Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi. As always, it's me, Sean. I'm joined by Mike
Hello there.
and Aaron.
Hello there.
And yeah, so it's been about, a week and a half, 2 weeks now since Obi-Wan
Probably almost 2 weeks.
has been out.
Maybe 3 weeks?
Yeah, I don't think it's been out.
Maybe
We haven't. We've just now gotten around to talking about it, so we're going to be talking about the series in general. We won't be going into a episodic breakdown like we did for The Mandalorian season 1 and 2, but just our overall thoughts and feelings about the show. So,
Yeah.
you guys can kick it off.
It's good.
Yeah, overall I very much enjoyed it. Like other things like the Book of Boba Fett, I don't think it's perfect or anything.
Right. It was supposed to be. I don't know if you guys saw this. It was originally pitched as 3 movies.
Trilogy, yeah.
Wow, that would have been dog shit, I bet.
Well, I think it was a whole different
Yeah, it would have
story.
been, it would have been a whole different animal at that point.
But like I think it had a good start. It was kind of rocky. I can't remember what episode, but it was kind of rocky for a minute. I was like, where are they going?
Like whenever they're on the base to bring back Leia. Obviously, spoilers for Obi-Wan if you haven't seen it. Bring back Leia from Reva, that like Imperial fortress.
Maybe like I liked that episode, but just the story overall, it's like where do they end up? Like, but I think it ended in a pretty good way. In fact, I think episode 6. Not that we're again going episode, but that specifically, I think, with the second fight between him and Vader and everything, I think it might be my second favorite thing of Star Wars post Disney owning it.
Yeah, I will say this. I was on board for that fight for a while because it was kind of the thing that most of our battle should have been, was just them fighting in like a plot and then, dealing with their shit there instead of all of this movement and stuff, which, as a kid I loved and I still love it now because of nostalgia purposes, but story-wise it would have just worked better if it was like some volcanic rock they were sat on and fighting each other. But I really liked it up until the part where they started throwing rocks at each other. I was like, okay, this is fucking lame. And then
I don't care. My favorite shot is when Obi-Wan just raises all the rocks.
I thought that was
I thought it was awesome.
I was like, that's exactly where it lost me. I was like,
I was all for that because like after playing Fallen Order, like that was the point where like the thing would pop up at the top above Obi-Wan and say Obi-Wan's connection to the Force has been healed. He just like knew he was in God mode at that point.
Yeah.
and I really liked, obviously, whenever he's like holding back the rocks after Vader's like crushing him. You really thought, or at least I feel like it would have been better if Qui-Gon like talked to him at that point. It was like,
I mean,
it isn't your fault.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a perfect moment for.
But then
a vision even of Qui-Gon. Maybe not actually the Force Ghost itself to appear, but like maybe him talking to him.
Yeah.
Just a voice.
Yeah, that would,
and not like a memory voice, like him
like
actually
as a Force Ghost.
I don't know. People
and make the connection later.
Yeah, people said that, but I was thinking more like it was Obi-Wan needed to find a reason to continue to fight, and he found that in Luke and Leia to protect them.
Right.
So it was kind of like I almost like that better because I feel like if Qui-Gon would have been like, oh God, he can't do this on his own, and like came down and was like, hey,
I mean, that's very true.
Hey, dipshit, like fight on, and he'd be like, oh, okay, Qui-Gon, like, but instead Obi-Wan like realized like, okay, I'm not gonna be beaten because the children need me to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously,
because their father's a fucking monster.
Yeah. And then obviously, whenever Obi-Wan cuts Vader's mask off, and they have that emotional confrontation, which is like the best part of it. Like the fight is cool and everything, but the meat of the whole thing is like they're like Obi-Wan basically being like, "Yeah, I failed you, Anakin," and Vader being like, "You didn't kill Anakin. It was me. Like, you're not a failure. I did this."
Right.
And it was like, it basically, whether Vader was doing this, intentionally or not, it allowed Obi-Wan to forgive himself for what happened on Mustafar.
Right.
So like, he's like, "Well, see you, Darth." He's like, "All right, bye."
All right, bye.
I like that. The only way that could have been better, I told Aaron this whenever we watched it, or after we watched it, was like, whenever Anakin saying, he's like, "You didn't kill Anakin, I did," because his voice was completely like,
it was going back and forth.
If it would have just been straight up Darth Vader's voice that said "I did" whenever he's like, "I'm the I killed Anakin," that would have been like. But yes, that would have been the only thing that would have improved that scene for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great, and Hayden Christensen was good. Like
the flashback scene was
okay.
cool.
Settle an argument that Aaron and I had.
Okay.
Was that not?
How old does he look?
Was that not digitally touched up his face a little bit?
I think a little bit, yes.
Maybe like this much.
They purposefully didn't go all in,
right?
But there was definitely something done to it.
Yeah, which is funny because nothing was done to Ewan McGregor, or at least I don't think.
No, because he doesn't look that older than.
I think there was something a little bit about him too.
If it was for him, it fooled me. But for Hayden Christensen, I was like, there was something done here. I was like,
he just looks old.
There was something, especially like
he is not aged as well as Ewan McGregor.
Like the brow, especially. I was like, there's something done there.
Yeah, I think it's probably.
It wasn't like super distracting.
It was definitely like they took away his crow's feet.
Yeah, something
like, that was very obvious.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, that was a good bit too. Like them as Padawan and Master, and that was reflecting what was happening in the future, I guess. Like during the episode, basically informing like Obi-Wan knows what Vader's going to do because
Yeah, it's. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but everybody said that they were both remembering the same.
I don't think so.
And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, how many times have they dueled, like sparred? Like, there's no way.
There's probably thousands of that kind of memory.
There's no way that both Obi-Wan and Vader were reminiscing at the same time. I just don't
remember that one fight. That was pretty specific.
Yeah, that was our defining moments.
Right.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, I remember that. We ate breakfast at Dexter's Diner.
A little tidbit about that I didn't realize until I watched like a Easter egg thing. In the background of that, you can see the building where Padme is staying. But this was before, like, episode 2 where they go and, like...
The assassination attempt?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was before the assassination attempt. This was before episode 2.
Oh, right, because Anakin still has his hands.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, so all that time, like, he was right there, but he didn't really think about her.
Huh.
Or he didn't go see her.
Right. Okay. I could. All right.
No, yeah, he creepily thought about her all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The cats are in here. We're just breaking the fourth wall. They're making all kinds of shit noises.
They're causing a ruckus.
What did he grab with his mouth?
It's a Velcro strip or something.
Yeah. Don't fucking eat it.
But yeah, I think that it was a little long. This show. I feel like some shit could have been pulled out of the middle.
Right.
Really, the best parts of the show were, and I was like dreading this beforehand. I like didn't want it to happen at all. Vader and Obi-Wan like confronting each other and fighting. Like I was like, I hope this doesn't happen, and that ended up being like the best parts of the show. Because it kind of like fucks up some of the continuity of A New Hope, but I really don't care at this point.
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
I mean, Vader's like the this is something I haven't felt
since my last conflict with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but he acts like he's surprised that Obi-Wan's alive.
Well, he thought that he would have just like died of old age.
It's
but 10 years. But there isn't a lot of time.
No, it's 8 years after that confrontation. He thinks that Obi-Wan's gonna die in 8 years.
I mean, like, he probably just like figured he got killed by somebody or something in that point of time, because the Jedi were being hunted. If Vader decided not to go after him, maybe one of the other.
Well, that's true. If he does go silent enough, I see both sides of what you guys are,
and then they have to explain away in the stupidest scene ever that Vader isn't just going to like hunt down Obi-Wan forever, because the Emperor's like, you
let go of the past. Let it die.
Kill it if you have to. He's like, your past clouds your judgment, and he's just like, you're right, I'm not fighting Obi-Wan anymore. Like, that was so lame, that scene.
Yeah, I didn't really, I guess, care for that too much.
But like, actually, it was Tarkin who thought that Obi-Wan was dead. Because Vader says because he just comes in.
Of course he is going to think that, because all of the Jedi are exterminated, so why would he not think that?
Yeah. Well,
even though there's like a shit ton alive.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But I guess Vader was caught by surprise because he was just like, he probably had just tried to forget about that since the Emperor told him, hey, like, let that shit go. So then, like, when Obi-Wan showed up on the Death Star, he's like, he came to me. He's like, all right, I can kill him now.
But also, he says, when we last fought,
he was the learner, which he was.
No.
No, and I'll tell you why. Because Vader...
Oh, I knew that was going to happen.
Vader basically admitted that he fucked up and he still had shit to learn. So, like, that still makes sense to me that he's like, I learned a thing or two since the last time we met. Now you're not going to beat me this time.
Right.
So, like...
I don't know.
Like that can be interpreted. That doesn't have to ruin continuity. That can be interpreted without ruining continuity.
Hey, I'm not buying it. Sorry.
All right, scrap it. This one's crap.
Get
rid of it.
Yeah, try again.
I hated this series.
Reva was a pretty good new character. I really didn't like her at all in the beginning.
I didn't either.
Because she was very one note. She was just angry person, and that was lame. And then it sprinkled in like, ooh, I'm using you to get to Anakin, and ooh, I'm gonna kill him. And then that scene was awesome, where it was just like Vader like not even trying and just like completely walloping her in a fight. She has her like lame Inquisitor's lightsaber that spins around, and he just like takes it and is like fucking with her. He rips it in half, hands her one half, and then it's just like, I'm still gonna kick your ass one-handed. I'm not even trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was...
I did like that fight where he's just like using the force to
just
to
like
hold it
completely
all.
Her blade.
Just completely lambaster.
Like, yeah, that...
Which I brought it up to Aaron. That scene where he rips like the whole of that ship open is so fucking intense. He's just like... that really shows how powerful Vader is.
Oh yeah, no. Like,
there's some good Vader shit.
If there's one thing that Disney has given us, it is they're showing how powerful Vader is every time they show him.
Yeah.
Look at Rogue One. Look at this.
That's
like,
still one of the
Vader
best.
Vader is the best thing that Disney has like continued to like grow. Which
and then we're gonna get even more of him too, because he's gonna be in the Ahsoka show. So
yeah, which I brought up to Sean about Vader when he brings down that ship. So he brings that ship down with fairly easily, and then the other one escapes. But like I said to Sean, I was like, so. But then I realized he was playing the long game, like in Empire, when the Falcon's like trying to like turn on to go. Vader walked in there, and he literally just could have been like, and just stopped the Falcon right where it was, and just brought it down.
Right.
But I guess then he wouldn't have been able to lure Luke.
The way that I see it too is, if it isn't that, it's he knew that Obi-Wan was on that ship, and that's like his driving purpose at this point. So he's like angry, and that like strengthens his force powers to just be like, and like
You think he's a
sure
little more
Han like
level-headed?
yeah, well yeah, like sure Han like infiltrated the Death Star or whatever, but like who fucking cares? Like I'm not like pissed at these people. Like I am enraged at Obi-Wan. So
yeah, because the dark side is fueled by anger.
So
and,
that's the way that I.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah,
it's fair.
Yeah,
it's very fair.
And then even Reva's like arc at the end, where she's like, which her surviving 2 lightsaber gut wounds
in the same spot.
Yeah, aside.
Yeah.
Let's just ignore that for now. Going in like, so, what was her purpose of seeking out Luke? That never got nailed down for me.
Revenge.
On who? Obi-Wan?
Anakin.
How is she going to know that Luke is Anakin's
I think
son?
she was already under the impression that Vader knew.
I don't think Vader knows.
No, he didn't. But I think that she was under that impression that he knew.
Because like,
and that's why she was going
A New Hope, or like that point on to A New Hope wouldn't make sense if Vader knew. Because if Vader knew that Luke existed, he would just be like, I'm going down to Tatooine to get my son.
Yeah.
But like, clearly he doesn't know until A New Hope happens.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which, I don't know, maybe her plan was to kill Luke and bring him back as a trophy and like taunt Vader with it, like before he inevitably would kill her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, I killed your son that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
And then he probably just would have just like ripped her in half with the Force or something. My guess is that was like her point of trying to get revenge. Like, oh,
that could be.
Like, I'm just gonna kill his son then and bring his head back as a trophy or something like that.
But yeah, her arc of being like, I am just turning into the person that I hate the most, so I'm not going to kill this helpless Jedi son person, which was good. And then I have no idea where she is now.
Dead, probably.
I also don't know. I also don't know if she really knew, because for one, you couldn't see that it was Bail Organa.
Right.
You could just hear the voice.
Well, yeah, he says like the boy or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, he says specifically if he's found out about the children,
like I'm going to,
and then he says I'll go to Tatooine and help Owen with the boy.
Right.
Which is funny because she's like, I'm looking for a farmer named Owen, and I don't know if she would remember what happened earlier or not, but she was a fucking villain. She was like cutting off random people's limbs for no reason. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, she was the worst.
I didn't want her redeemed because I don't know.
I like how that guy gave up Owen and then he went and told him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's he gonna do?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's not gonna like refuse a Jedi or a Sith Lord, I guess.
Like he had to have remembered her.
Yeah.
So
she
knows.
certainly had threatened him too. Like, hey, I'm looking for someone.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm looking for a farmer. Oh, he's in Mos Espa. You gotta go over there to find him. You shitting me?
Cobb Vanth kills her.
Yeah. On Marshall around these parts, he's like 10. Like a little rubber band gun.
Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know. It was good. Do you guys want to see another season?
No. I would be fine with a mini series, like a short, like of shorts, even if it was just like animated, where it would be like Obi-Wan talking with Qui-Gon.
You turn that computer off, Cat. I'm gonna be so pissed.
Just like Obi-Wan talking with Qui-Gon or like training with him.
Mm-hmm.
And like a side thing, like a parallel thing of like Vader. But I don't want another season of this.
There can't be another confrontation between
No.
I just want to see like a mini series of what each of them is doing in that 9-year time spans in between.
Yeah.
So like Obi-Wan talking to Qui-Gon about like everything that's happened and everything. I want to see like
I really don't like it. Them like Qui-Gon like revealing himself to Obi-Wan was nice or whatever, but I really don't care if like.
No, I mean, like, I don't care if I see anything else, but if I wanted to see something else, it would be that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, like, what's Obi-Wan gonna do? Is he gonna go off on another adventure and they're gonna be like, Glup Shitto's kids are in danger. The Grand Inquisitor is holding them captive, and he's like, oh, God damn it. Like,
yeah, like,
I like how they just, like,
Fisto's brother-in-law is...
Drip combo. I like how they just, like, wave away the fact that the Grand Inquisitor survives.
right.
But it's like, these Sith Lords get stabbed in the gut and they survive, whatever.
I mean, Darth Maul did get cut in half and survived.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a little different.
Anakin got burned alive and had all 4 limbs lopped off and survived.
Qui-Gon gets punched in the face.
For all we know, Dooku might be running around without a head somewhere. Or maybe, or maybe he's like the spider baby thing from Toy Story.
Oh my
God! Head, like on a little spider body.
Nope.
That's nightmare material.
And we know the Emperor survived.
Well,
that's
all bullshit. I feel
that movie's not canon.
No, he wasn't a clone. It was still his life force. It survived. Yeah, I know, it's bullshit.
I don't know. That movie sucks ass. Whatever.
It's pretty bad.
It's
I recently sat down and put myself through it again.
See, and here's one thing I want to bring up about this series. I felt so out of touch with Star Wars after Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Like, Mando Season 2 was good. I still liked Star Wars enough. But, like, I hit a point, like, within the last year, maybe it was after Book of Boba Fett, where I was like, I just don't care.
It wasn't very good.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the last, like, 3 episodes.
I was going to say, the last 3 episodes are awesome,
yeah,
really.
It wasn't great, and, like, maybe my expectations were too high, but it's like, I just didn't, like, I reached a point where I did not care about Star Wars at all. Like, I was like, I was like, I don't give a shit. And then when this premiered, the first 2 episodes I watched, and there was something about it. There wasn't a lot in those first 2 episodes, but there was something about it that rekindled my interest. And I was like, okay, you have my attention again. Keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just because Ewan McGregor's so good.
Well, that's what it's saying.
Yeah. I mean,
probably it.
I think it finally gave us back a good character that we really liked, and they were able to actually do something with it. So I think maybe that was it.
Yeah.
But like this really did rekindle my love for Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, same here. Like,
and I never thought there was going to be something that would actually do that.
Yeah, it was such a bad taste in my mouth, with the exception of Mandalorian, because like I was super excited for that stuff. But I mean, I guess this is all TV series stuff. So
which I guess like if they never do another movie,
well,
again, they're gonna do more movies.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know that TV is kind of like where it's at right now, but like realistically, how much money do you think they're making off of releasing their shit on Disney?
It can't be much.
Like,
well, you know what they could have really done, and it would have been a ridiculous game changer type of thing. Like they could have experimented with this instead of having it being a mini series, cut it down to a 2.5 hour long movie, and release it exclusively to Disney Plus.
Well, honestly,
and see how many people you get to get Disney Plus who don't already have it, and watch those numbers skyrocket. No theatrical release.
Yeah.
Just the Disney Plus Obi-Wan Kenobi movie.
I mean, I kind of think that's what it should have been.
I think that it was drawn out a little too more.
It could have been cut down to at least, I mean, like, maybe not like a 2 hour movie or whatever, but like maybe like 2 of those. Like maybe like 4.5 episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was just a little long.
Yeah.
Like I want to see the mole pussy face monster. Like I like that part.
Frack.
Yeah. I like that part a lot, actually.
Frack
like,
Bardo.
Yeah. Them like doing empire smuggling shit. Like I like that bit, but
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, the bootlicker.
Yeah.
I'd like to turn in my friends I just picked up.
There's something weird about these folks.
So it's something you guys pick up on things or whatever. I don't know how to describe that. You guys pick up on things that I sometimes overlook. But one thing I could not overlook was when they were leaving. I don't know how you say it. The Inquisitor place.
Oh, Fortress Inquisitorius.
Yeah.
on the water planet Ner.
Yeah.
Most of our system.
Like, they're walking out of there, and Leia's under his trench
Oh,
coat.
that was so fucking
I was
stupid.
like,
that was
get the fuck out of here. Like,
There's no chance.
That was the most Scooby-Doo shit I have ever seen.
Like, I can overlook a lot of shit.
I'm sorry, please don't lift my cloak.
Like, an alien. He's a Hutt.
Yeah. Like, it would have made more sense if, like,
officer.
yeah, something.
Like if he
or,
like
or if she was like
this.
hugging on the back of him.
Yeah.
And maybe he was a little hunchback or something.
Yeah. Like he could have like had like one hand in his robe, like holding her to his chest,
right,
and still like walking like that.
But her walking beside him with her fucking feet out of the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck
that was literally like a two people in a trench coat like stacked on top of one another.
That would have made more sense.
Hello, one ticket to RoboCop, please.
Like Austin Powers.
Yeah.
where Austin Powers is like on top of Mini-Me.
Yeah, like running into walls and shit.
You just have Obi-Wan on top of Leia, like.
At least anyone looked alien-like.
Yeah, that was unacceptable.
That's probably, honestly...
That was actually the worst choice that they ever could have made.
Where were you, Obi-Wan? Sorry, I was riding a lizard.
I was riding a big lizard, Reva. I'm sorry.
It was funny because whenever she said, "Where were you, Obi-Wan?" whenever, like, "Where were you doing Order 66?"
Right.
I immediately was like, well, I was killing General Grievous, so kind of give me some fucking slack, you know?
Hey, Reva, I ended the war that day. I just want you to know that.
I ended the war, and then another one started.
And then a galactic civil war started. I ended the
General Grievous was like the last remaining remnants of the Separatist movement, right?
No, yeah, because they even say in Episode 3, Chancellor Palpatine's like, oh, he's like, Grievous has been destroyed, the war is over. Like,
yeah.
And that was his moment to go, all right, time to kill all the Jedi.
Well,
thanks for playing my game.
Okay, so this is kind of like Star Wars lore, inside baseball, that is irrelevant to the show, but so General Kenobi kills General Grievous, ends the Clone Wars. Why does the Senate grant him emergency powers then?
They granted him emergency powers to create the clone army in Episode 2.
Oh.
He authorized the clone army to be used for the Republic.
Okay.
So basically, he had emergency powers to make executive decisions in wartime.
Okay.
And then the Jedi Council were getting worried.
Okay,
that
and then
if the war ended and he
then
didn't give up his powers.
And then he claims that the Jedi attempted an assassination. I was like, I remember now. I was so like lost in the way. I mean, it's been 20 years since
so Jar Jar, the ultimate Sith Lord.
Well, he's the reason he's the soul.
He was the vote that changed.
He's the true evil.
Yeah, he's the soul vote that gave Chancellor Palpatine emergency powers.
Mm-hmm.
And then because what Ki-Adi-Mundi is the one who says if he doesn't surrender his powers after General Grievous has been killed, then he should be removed from office.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Those prequels were way too political for kids.
Yeah.
But like you watch them now and you're like, okay, this is intricate. Like there's a lot of strategy going on.
I have a love for the prequels.
I still like them.
Of course we do, because we grew up
with them.
Yeah.
Anyway, barring any more cat interference, I think it's about time to wrap up, don't you?
Yeah.
Do we want to rate it, or are we just recommending it? I mean, anybody that's watching this has seen it already. So.
Yeah. It's not really a recommend or a, it's not. We just want to talk about it.
The funny thing one thing that I hate about Star Wars now, and it's not Star Wars. Let's be honest, it's the fandom. Every time something comes out, there's always like a disclaimer about like, hey, don't fucking harass people.
Well, yeah.
And then they're like, we're gonna do it though, and it's like, we know. That's why every time we put something out, we have to tell you to shut the fuck up. Like they didn't do it with Book of Boba Fett. Because there really wasn't anything in the Book of Boba Fett that they could.
I'm surprised that Ming-Na Wen didn't get shit whenever she came in The Mandalorian or whatever. Yeah, maybe she did, and we just didn't know about it.
Yeah,
but
that actually is quite shocking. Yeah. But like,
it's like any woman or minority character.
Yeah, Yeah, it's like this happened, but it's like this happened, and they cast, or they at least showed the casting for young Leia and young Luke, and everybody's like, now don't bully them into never acting again.
Right.
You fucking idiots. And then
we didn't even touch on
Moses Ingram. Like, everybody had to do, like, a whole PSA, like, hey, stop this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Grow the fuck up. And I'm like, I hate that. Like, I hate being, like, a fan of Star Wars, because then everyone's like, oh, are you a man-child? And it's like, no, I'm actually somewhat normal compared to 90% of the fandom.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if anyone else is playing a role. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm here to be entertained, not...
It's a vast world. There's different people.
Yeah, not all of us are...
walks of life.
Not all of us are racist and bigoted.
Yeah. We didn't talk about, really, the girl that plays Leia.
Mm-hmm. She was pretty good.
She did a good job.
I think she's phenomenal. But...
And they could always keep her in the back pocket, too,
yeah.
to do anything else.
I don't know what they would do with it, because I am not creative enough to write.
I'll tell you where she'll show up.
But there could be a mini-series of her.
I'll tell you where she'll show up. Andor.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because Bail knows Mon Mothma.
Well, she'll be older then.
No, because actually
how...
season 1 takes place pre-episode 3.
Oh,
wow.
I had no idea about
And then season 2 is like... I looked at the timeline today. Season 2, however, is post 3 almost to 4.
Oh.
Like, I think it says, like, season 2...
So, that's 18 years.
Like, no. Season 2 will be, like, 6 years before episode 4. Like, and it'll... Each episode, it'll be gradually getting closer to Rogue One. I think the final episode of season 2 is, like, 1 year before Rogue One. So you potentially could bring her back, and we could see her as young Leia. And depending on where the timeline falls, which, like I said, I looked at it today, but I didn't really look at it in detail, she will have aged to accommodate for whatever the time span is that they move closer to Rogue One.
Okay.
I know that we talked
Luke,
about this.
they're just going to toss that kid aside.
He's doing
Good job, kid.
I know that we talk about this occasionally when referencing Marvel or whatever, about how, like, I mean, it's been quite a while since Endgame, a couple years since Endgame, but, like, after that, everyone's like, I'm not really excited for any Marvel stuff anymore. Like, I want to see Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, you know, Marvel, whatever, that's how it is. Like, that, a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
I couldn't give a fuck less about, like, anything else Star Wars. The only thing that I was excited about was the Kenobi show. Don't give a fuck about Ahsoka. I could give two shits less about the Andor show. Don't get me wrong.
Looks good.
Don't get me wrong. I'll watch it. I don't give a fuck.
No.
But Boba Fett, I was kind of excited about. It was dog shit. And then, like, the only thing I really care about is the new Mandalorian stuff. Because, like, Mandalorian 1 was great. Season 2 was not as great, but it was still good. And then the only good stuff about Boba Fett was Mandalorian 2.5.
Yeah,
so, like...
And that's what the second half of that was.
Yeah, so, like...
It was, which it just boggled my mind that they just wrote a series, and then they're like, past episode 4, they're like, what do we do now? And they're like, do a Mando 2-parter? And everybody's like, sure.
2 episodes of The Mandalorian?
And they're like, where's Boba Fett in these? He's not.
He's not.
Doesn't matter.
It's the show's. It's his show. What the fuck?
It's his show. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Dave Filoni just kicked in the door, and he's like, he's drunk, like in sweat, and he's like, 3 episodes, Mandalorian, nothing else. And they're like, what? It's Book of Boba Fett. You heard me, or you're all fired. And like, shut the door. And they're like, okay, I guess 3 episodes of Mandalorian.
Well, just
kicks open the door again.
get all your
Last
Boba
episode,
Fett shit in.
Boba rides a Rancor. They're like, okay.
Oh, that'd be cool. What do you think, Kylo? You think it's time?
You have to hit the button. Oh, it's green. It's not blue.
That's not Obi-Wan's lightsaber.
You have to color correct that.